Hey, Liam, you got a second?
Huh?
No, not huh. I'm your boss. Maybe act a little concerned when I talk to you.
What is it? I can talk a little more carefully, but it's kind of weird to talk like I'm concerned when I'm not concerned about anything you have to say to me.
You need to be careful. I've been at this company for a lot longer than you.
I'm seriously tired of all these boomers who are acting like they're so amazing because they've worked here for so long. So, what is it? There, are you happy? I'm concerned. And keep it short if you don't mind.
I'm your direct boss. And so as much as I don't want to, my job is to manage you. About your attitude. A lot of other employees aren't really enjoying your attitude, and some are even complaining. It's not just freak complaints either. There are quite a few. I'm really hoping you'll change your behavior.
What? What are you talking about, my attitude and behavior?
When we're having a conference with Global Para United, you were acting pretty terrible towards the other company's sales rep. When you behave like that, you put our company and our jobs on the line. You came into our department earlier this spring, but we've been working with GPU and their sales rep for quite a long time now. Please, be on your best behavior and try not to be rude to him anymore.
What? I didn't do anything wrong. That clown graduated from some no-name college. And yet here he is with a second-rate degree. Coming to presentations with a huge corporation like ours, I'm actually impressed that he has the audacity to do that. I just told him how I really felt about him. I'm sure he didn't have an understanding of the items he was actually selling. So I just tested him a little bit.
Yeah, and the sales rep was answering your questions with no flaws. That person works really hard. We actually have reviewed him and told his company that we love him as our rep. Because of that man, we were able to enjoy our fresh supply of pears, so please do not act like that in front of him again.
You're really texting me that right now? You must have had a lot of free time on your hands.
When I try to talk to you in person, you scurry away like a child.
Oh, come on, I wasn't running away. You always just come and talk to me right as I was about to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, that's not my problem.
Because how could GPU even send us a low-life, poor-educated man? That company must be pretty rotten. They should go under and take their stupid pears with them.
You better cut it out. After looking at how you've been working, it's pointless to talk about their education background.
Huh? You literally didn't even go to college, Steven. And here you are telling me, who went to a huge college, what to do. You're going to tell me what to do? You really should rethink your actions and what they mean.
I just told you it's not about educational history or background.
Look, let me tell you. The only person who can talk about educational background and history and how none of it matters are people who have a good educational background. In other words, you, Steven, can't tell me anything about education, capiche? Don't act like you're so damn special just because you started working here sooner than I did. Besides, I'm not like you and the other grunts. I'm the executive manager's son. My mom is the CEO's niece. I was promised an executive position when I started working here. I'm not like you, who's gonna be used up like a company pawn and eventually disappear into some random third-rate company. We're completely different animals, you and I. Now, if you understand that point, please shut up and support me without any more complaints. So what? You're my boss and I answer to you. I'm going to be giving you orders real soon. So you better start kissing my ass for your own good.
I'm just giving you some advice, some common sense. I wish you'd use that brilliant brain of yours before you do anything.
Why are you acting like you're so smart? You work some dead-end management position with no college degree. Don't tell me what to do. I was born elite. Do you understand me? I'm not like you, Steven. You need to stay where you belong and act accordingly. You just support your elite overlords.
Are you sure you should be talking like that?
What?
After you left earlier, we were all talking about something in the office.
What?
You really don't know, do you? The executive manager is being accused of sexual harassment and adultery.
What? What are you talking about? My dad would never do such a thing.
Apparently, one of the new hires spoke out about it. HR is doing their research about it. Apparently, he's being quite interested in a lot of the new hires, and now they're about to punish him because there are too many complaints.
What? There's no way.
The CEO is pretty ticked off too. He was angry that he would use his position of power to abuse newly hired women.
My dad wouldn't do that.
And the person who was spurring on the new hires to spend time around your dad, yeah, that was you, wasn't it?
Huh? What are you talking about?
You would call up the newly hired women and had them talk to your father on purpose, right? He's kind of a piece of work, to put it nicely, too. But you're also kind of a piece of shit, huh?
You don't even have any proof of that. Don't start talking trash. I was asked by my father to give special instruction to the new hires. I just asked them individually while in private. I figured that since my father was calling them up, that they would be really nervous. I just acted as a middle-aged man is all.
So, you're gonna take the stance that you don't know it all?
He hasn't done any kind of sexual harassment. He's my dad.
You realize that over 10 of the female employees have all grouped together to file for sexual harassment, right?
You're kidding, right?
Yeah, the executive manager? He's gonna be screwed.
That's not true. Mom would never believe that crap either. I'm the son of my mom, who is the niece of the CEO. My status doesn't change.
I hope so, for your sake.
What? What do you mean?
This whole thing. Apparently the CEO is on the punishment as well.
What?
Apparently a lot of the executives are gonna be cleaned out.
There's no way that's true. Stop spreading false rumors about this.
Maybe you should go home. Talk to your parents, the source of all this, right? This is all I can tell you about this anyway. I gotta go talk to HR about how you've been working anyway.
How I've been working? Why?
I told you I was your direct manager. Yes, yours truly. The guy with no college degree. This whole sexual harassment thing has brought your termination or suspension as a potential course of action, so I was called up to report on your regular workplace behavior. I finally get to give a detailed review.
My workplace behavior? Wait a second. I worked hard every day, right? I did what I was told to. I worked harder than anyone else in the office.
I mean, you did work fairly hard, but I've warned you time and time again about your behavior. But you've never gotten better. You almost ruined our relationship with one of our oldest clients. I remember the whole conversation that took place with the GPU sales rep. I don't think I can let that kind of thing fly. I told you about it and warned you as a sort of final warning, but apparently it wasn't useful at all.
What are you gonna report about me?
For starters, is that really how you should be talking to your boss?
Sorry, sir. Please don't say anything bad in your review. I would have a really difficult time finding another job if I'm fired.
Yeah, I know. Before you're able to start work here because of your connections. You couldn't find a job at all. You were a need for 2 years, right?
How the hell did you know about that? How did you hear such a thing, sir?
I know about my employees. It's pretty incredible, really. You went to such a prestigious university but couldn't find a job. I think that's actually pretty tough to do.
I don't want you, who never went to university, to tell me how difficult it was, sir.
I don't know how many times I have to tell you. It has nothing to do with educational history. I'm literally your boss. I wanted to leave a good review for you, but I don't think that's gonna be possible. Sorry about that, Liam.
What? Hang on, please, hang on a second! I'll apologize for everything I've done up until this point. Please don't talk to HR and tell them all the bad things about me. I'm sure the thing with my dad is some kind of mistake. And once we can prove that, I think everything will just go back to normal. Can you just hang on a second?
I don't need to wait. No matter what happens to the executive or the CEO, what I can do as your boss is report exactly what kind of attitude you had during your work hours.
Hang on a second, I'll be more careful with how I talk to people, and I'll make a formal apology to the sales rep. I finally found a girlfriend. When I told her that I worked here, she seemed to really think highly of me, so I really don't want to quit this job. I really don't want to lose this girl.
I don't really care about your private life.
I even have a family, too! I even have a girlfriend right now! How could you abandon me like that? Maybe you should think about taking care of your employees. Do you have any kind of mercy at all? Or is it just because I went to a famous university? You must be some kind of jealous, huh?
I don't really care about your college at all. Everyone you've been taunting up until this point, me, the sales rep from GPU, we all have families too. Everyone you've ever looked down on and treated accordingly have important people in their lives. You really shouldn't have focused on your parents' title or some kind of education you paid your way through. You should have focused on your personality instead. Well, I didn't know you for long, but goodbye.
Hang on, I'm treating you with respect. Feel special.
Yeah, that's incredible.
You don't mean that at all.
Yeah, you're kind of just a bother at this point. I'll talk to you once you're at work. If you still have a chance to talk, that is. After that incident, a lot of different crimes started showing up that the executive and his son were involved in. The executive cabinet were all being swapped out. Liam was able to avoid being prosecuted, but as a result of the honest reportings from Mr. Stephen, he was going to be moved away to a factory that was far from corporate. He started working as a sales rep there and ended up stumbling into the sales rep from GPU. He tried to apologize, but because of Liam, the relationship with GPU was pretty bad. The factory had closed down as a result. It's important to treat everyone you come across with respect, no matter who you are or who they are.
Hey, I cleaned your room because Chloe is coming home to give birth.
Hi, Mom. What? When? Why didn't you tell me that?
She didn't text you?
Of course not. You know how we are, right? We literally hate each other. When is she coming, by the way?
Well, now you know. She's coming in like a week or so. Why don't you talk to each other and make up? This could be a great opportunity, you know?
Absolutely not. What benefits do I have if we get along? Nothing.
Maybe she's changed because she's going to be a mother.
I doubt that.
Just to let you know, she's going to stay in your room, okay? I moved your stuff into the smaller room.
Don't touch my stuff without asking me. Why my room? You know it's my favorite room in the house, right?
Your room is close to our room and bathroom, plus has good ventilation. You're going to help me take care of her, right? You're going to be next door.
Oh, so she's going to get the princess treatment? I won't be able to sleep. I bet she'll make me do something all night.
Come on! You're her big sister and a new family member is going to be joining.
So it's annoying how you always favor her over me.
What are you talking about?
Nothing. I think it's going to be a waste talking about it because I have too much to say about that. Anyways, I'm going to head home in a little bit, so do not, I repeat, Do not touch any of my stuff. And fine, I'll give up my room because you probably won't listen to me even if I say no. I'll finish cleaning my room when I get home.
Maria, I heard from Mom that you don't want me to come home.
Yeah, because I literally hate you and I'm pissed that you're taking my room. Plus, aren't you still 4 months pregnant? People usually go home during their 3rd trimester, you know.
So what? I can go home if I want to. So excited to get the big room because I'm a princess unlike you who works in a factory. So embarrassing to be related to you.
What's wrong with it? At least I have a full-time job. You only work part-time, so shut your mouth.
Yeah, a job that's a lot cleaner than yours.
But we use our brain and skills.
Who cares about that? Looks matter more than skills.
Are we seriously going to argue about this?
I can argue all day if you want to.
Oh my gosh. I might go bald because of stress. Just tell me when you're going to leave. Then I can think about how to deal with the stress while you're here.
Leave? I'm going to be living there. If you have a problem with that, why don't you leave the house? You're 35. You should be married and have kids. Aren't you embarrassed?
Not at all. There are celebrities who are single and age should not matter.
If I were you, I would start looking for someone.
I'm not you, though.
I'm embarrassed and I don't want to live with you, so I'm going to kick you out when I get there.
Why?
I don't want people to see that we're related and you work at a factory, right? You're probably full of germs, so I don't want you to come near me or my child after I give birth.
Germs? I'm pretty sure there are a lot more germs in this house.
Yeah, whatever. I will sanitize you like hell when I get there. Oh, wait! I don't need to do that because I'm kicking you out! Maybe you should start looking for a new place. I'll live happily here with Mom and Dad for you.
Wow, I thought you changed because you're going to be a mom, but I guess not.
Sorry, but this is me. I can't wait to move in starting next week. Hey, I don't know where you are, but I threw out all your stuff in your room besides your suitcase and the boxes because it was mostly trash and cheap-ass clothes.
What? Without my permission? I told you a million times to not touch my stuff.
You didn't reply, so I thought it was okay. I helped Mom even though I'm pregnant, so please thank me.
I'm at work right now, plus I didn't reply for only 30 minutes. Couldn't you wait?
I usually don't wait because it's a waste of time.
What a bitch! Also, why would I thank you? Do you think that there's an idiot who thanks someone if their stuff gets thrown away without their permission?
I'm pretty sure you should be thanking me because now you don't need to waste your time packing your stuff. What I regret is not tying the garbage bag tightly. I hope the garbage man doesn't catch anything. I also sanitized the hell out of your room.
If he does get something, maybe it's from you, because I heard from Mom that you wear the same clothes at least 2 to 3 times per week and do laundry every 10 days.
I'm not dirty and I don't sweat like a pig like you, so it's fine.
Even though you're clean and don't sweat, a lot of germs get on your clothes, so why don't you sanitize yourself also? Don't over-disinfect, though. It's toxic and can put your health at risk. I know this because I sanitize the tools at the factory every day and people warn me about it.
Yeah, whatever. The air will be a lot cleaner and my kid will not end up getting a weird virus.
I warned you, but it seems like you don't care at all.
Yeah, exactly. I don't give a shit. Can you come home and get the hell out of here?
I actually moved out already. I overheard the conversation between you and Mom already, yesterday. That if I don't move my stuff out, the next day you guys will throw it away. I didn't want that to happen. The moving company is going to be there in about 20 minutes to take care of all of my things, so don't worry, I left my house key in the mailbox.
Thank you so much for moving out. Oh, and you heard it? Damn! I wish you didn't because I popped popcorn yesterday and wanted to eat it while seeing your shocked face.
Well, too bad you couldn't see it. Can I say one thing before I move out? You shouldn't talk shit about people's jobs because some people take pride in their jobs like I do. And also you might lose friends because of that.
So what? People like that aren't my real friend anyway.
You must have a really sad life. I feel so bad for you.
Don't, because I have my husband and mom and dad. So, now that you're a stranger, can you leave us alone?
Sure. I'm actually happy to leave because I don't want to be part of this family.
You don't need to act tough. I know you're crying right now.
I'm actually pissed because Mom and Dad also want to kick me out even though I did a lot for them.
That just means that they love me more than you. Sorry, but you could never win against me.
You guys will probably face problems, so good luck with that.
What kind of problem?
You'll see. I'm not going to help you guys because I'm a stranger now, right? I'll cut ties with all of you and start a new life.
Please, go ahead. Don't try to call us if you need help either, okay?
There are only good people around me, so I should be okay.
Where are you? Why aren't you picking up? Mom is calling you also. Are you going to ignore your family?
What family? Didn't you say that I'm a stranger now and have no problem cutting ties? Should I send you that screenshot?
I take that back.
What the hell do you want?
What's happening? The real estate agency just came and said that we're going to get evicted from the house. Mom and Dad are panicking too.
I sold the house, that's why. You guys need to leave within 7 to 10 days, I think. Why are they panicking? They should know that I'm the owner of the house.
Wait, what? I'm so confused right now.
Did I say something confusing? I'm the owner of the house, so I have the right to do whatever I want. So I put the house up for sale as soon as I left. Because why would I continue to live there if I'm not allowed in? If you want to still live there, please pay for it. It's a pretty good amount, though.
I don't believe you. I know you're lying.
Why would I lie about this? If you don't believe me, why don't you ask them?
That's exactly what I'm gonna do from now. Mom and Dad are in debt?
A few minutes later. Yes! They spent all of their money on stocks but failed, so you'll be paying for everything if you want to live there because they can't pay even a penny.
Why me? So, you were paying for everything?
Yep. I moved in the house 4 years ago to support them because they had no money and couldn't do anything on their own. So now that I'm gone, it's your responsibility now.
Why didn't they tell me about this?
They probably pretended to be good parents in front of you so that you wouldn't hate them so much because they love you more than me. I mean, I was going to tell you, but you probably won't listen to me, so I didn't.
Oh my god. What should I do?
Why don't you think about that by yourself? Don't you dare ask me for help.
You don't need to be so mean.
Mean? You were mean to me this whole time. Sorry, but can I go now? I'm talking to my fiancé right now about living together.
What? Fiancé? Seriously? Why didn't you tell me?
Why do I need to tell you?
He's probably trash, so dump him and come back.
You're just saying that because you can't pay for the house, right?
To be honest, yes. Because I'm only a part-time worker, so please don't sell this house and come back.
Sorry, but it's too late now, so deal with it by yourself, okay? I'm going to take this opportunity to tell you what I actually do at my job.
Don't you just make things and scrub tools?
Nope. I'm a factory engineer, and I make way more money than you can imagine. This is why I was able to live and pay for that house. Can you make fun of me now?
Look, I'm sorry. I'll apologize, okay? We have nowhere to go.
I know that because your husband, ex-husband now, called me and told me some interesting facts about all of you. So you cheated on him with his best friend and got divorced and kicked out of the house, but since you had no money, you decided to come here, right? Also, the reason Mom and Dad didn't need me anymore was because they were relying on your husband's salary, right? I feel so bad for him.
Hey! I only cheated once, and it's because I was sad, so it's his fault! What are you talking about me having no money? I earn money too!
He said you used almost all of it to buy expensive makeup and clothes instead of paying for other payments. He also told me that Mom and Dad asked if it's okay to borrow money to buy stocks yesterday. Wow, I have no words to say right now.
Wait, do Mom and Dad know that I got divorced?
Probably. Even if they don't, they're gonna find out about it. Anyways, you guys need to leave the house soon. You should start looking for places. Good luck with that!
Mom and Dad are in debt?
Yes! They spent all of their money on stocks but failed, so you'll be paying for everything if you want to live there because they can't pay even a penny.
Why me? So, you were paying for everything?
Yep. I moved in the house 4 years ago to support them because they had no money and couldn't do anything on their own. So now that I'm gone, it's your responsibility now.
Why didn't they tell me about this?
They probably pretended to be good parents in front of you so that you wouldn't hate them so much because they love you more than me. I mean, I was going to tell you, but you probably won't listen to me, so I didn't.
Oh my god. What should I do?
Why don't you think about that by yourself? Don't you dare ask me for help.
You don't need to be so mean.
Mean? You were mean to me this whole time. Sorry, but can I go now? I'm talking to my fiancé right now about living together.
What? Fiancé? Seriously? Why didn't you tell me?
Why do I need to tell you?
He's probably trash, so dump him and come back.
You're just saying that because you can't pay for the house, right?
To be honest, yes. Because I'm only a part-time worker, so please don't sell this house and come back.
Sorry, but it's too late now, so deal with it by yourself, okay? I'm going to take this opportunity to tell you what I actually do at my job.
Don't you just make things and scrub tools?
Nope. I'm a factory engineer, and I make way more money than you can imagine. This is why I was able to live and pay for that house. Can you make fun of me now?
Look, I'm sorry. I'll apologize, okay? We have nowhere to go.
I know that because your husband, ex-husband now, called me and told me some interesting facts about all of you. So you cheated on him with his best friend and got divorced and kicked out of the house, but since you had no money, you decided to come here, right? Also, the reason Mom and Dad didn't need me anymore was because they were relying on your husband's salary, right? I feel so bad for him.
Hey! I only cheated once, and it's because I was sad, so it's his fault! What are you talking about me having no money? I earn money too!
He said you used almost all of it to buy expensive makeup and clothes instead of paying for other payments. He also told me that Mom and Dad asked if it's okay to borrow money to buy stocks yesterday. Wow, I have no words to say right now.
Wait, do Mom and Dad know that I got divorced?
Probably. Even if they don't, they're gonna find out about it. Anyways, you guys need to leave the house soon. You should start looking for places. Good luck with that!
What the hell? We got kicked out of the house!
I told you. Did you find a new place to live?
Yes. Oh, it's a crummy little apartment with only 2 rooms.
Good to hear. Hey, at least it has 2 rooms. Stop complaining.
Maria, we're sisters, right? Aren't sisters supposed to help each other?
Why do I need to help you? You treated me like trash and even kicked me out of my own house and called me a stranger.
Something was up with me at the time. We're in trouble now, so can you help us? Can you buy us a nice apartment? You have money, right?
Absolutely not. Didn't I say that I'm no longer a part of the family and I'm not going to help you?
I don't want to live here!
At least your child is safe from the germs I have, right? I have a feeling that the apartment has some new kind of germs, though. Ew. I don't even want to think about it. But you can live happily with Mom and Dad, like you said, though. Good for you. I started to live in a new apartment with my fiancé since I had money from selling the house and savings. I thought that Chloe's child was innocent and didn't deserve a crappy life, so I sent her some money for support. Mom and Dad ran away somewhere and I lost contact with them, so I decided to forget about them because I really didn't care. Maybe they're somewhere praying for Chloe's birth.
Hi, Marion, honey. What are you doing right now? I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty bored. Why don't you bring Victor over to play? Not like I have anything better to do. You haven't been coming back home recently, and Mom's been feeling sad. How about you fulfill your daughter-in-law duties for once?
I'm sorry, I'm still at work right now. I can't come. After I'm finished with work, I'm going to pick up Victor from school, and then we're going back home.
What are you on about? I can pick him up easy peasy. Just let me get my wallet and my keys and I'm good to go.
If someone who isn't the child's parent is coming to pick them up, they'll have to notify the school first, otherwise they won't let the child go with them.
Oh, come on, really? Oh, that's such a drag. I was doing him the honor of coming over to play.
Thank you so much. I'm sure he'd love to play with his Auntie Bailey sometime soon.
Enough about that. Isn't your older sister without a job, Marion?
What? No, she isn't jobless. She has a proper job.
But the job's only part-time, right? Oh, seems like she has too much time on her hands. Isn't she my age, actually?
Yes, I think she is. In case you're wondering, she's 38 years old.
And she's a certified recluse, I hear.
She was diagnosed with chronic depression, so yes, she was living at home for 2 years. But starting this year, she's able to go back outside. She started a part-time job that's going well.
This is so insane. It's actually funny. A pathetic, jobless recluse at this ripe age.
I'm telling you, Miss Bailey, she's not anything like you say.
It's not like she's married like I am. She's fallen behind in life, I must say. Oh, such a pity.
Could you please refrain from talking about my own sister that way?
You can't blame anyone for telling her so. It's the truth, after all.
Perhaps, but it's still hurtful and rude.
Well, I assume she must have a lot of free time, so I thought I would become her friend.
What? You want to befriend my sister?
Oh, it's such a pity she's a recluse. So I thought becoming her friend would open up new doors, you know? And also, my free time can be used up spending it with her. It's literally the best win-win in the world, isn't it?
Clarissa's busy with her own life right now, and it's not like she has no friends. On the contrary, she has many. I don't think she needs any more.
Clarice, that's her name, right?
Yes, it is.
I think I met her once at my wedding, but I don't remember what she's like at all. Maybe she's just like you, without much of a goddamn presence.
What are you trying to say? In any case, you need not worry about Clarice, but thank you very much for your concern.
Oh, I'm so damn bored these days, Marion.
Is that so? Why don't you find a job then?
There's no way I'm gonna do that. I got married because I wanted to become a housewife. Unlike your sister Clarice, who can't ever get married.
What?
I really cannot understand you, Marion. Going off to work even after getting married and having children. Just tell me, you don't exactly trust your husband, my brother. Now do you?
I appreciate all the accusations, Miss Bailey. But lest we forget, you're currently living away from your own husband, right?
You couldn't be more wrong. Grayson's only been reassigned temporarily.
He stopped by just the other day, to talk to us about something.
What?
You seem to be claiming that he'd been reassigned temporarily, but it seems to him that you've kicked him out of his own house. Your husband Grayson visited us to vent about how he wants a divorce, but you'll have none of that.
Wait, huh? This is news to me. We're only taking some time to work on ourselves. I plan to go back to our old life together with a little more time. We aren't living separately. He really has been reassigned. We're only living away from each other for a short time.
In his eyes, that's not how it seems, Miss Bailey.
It is what it is, damn it.
Do you really have no intention of changing the cause of this situation?
The cause?
I was told that you've been doing the housework since you married him 6 months ago, and you've stopped doing that completely, haven't you? And I hear the reason's because you're hooked on some video game. Is that true?
That's not true at all. Even housewives need some time off from their busy schedules,
How can you be so busy if you don't do any of the housework? You found a game online that you think is fun and you play it all day long without cleaning any of the rooms and whatnot. And what's worse, you use his credit card to buy branded pieces of fashion. Grayson's been fretting over the bills because it just amounts to more than he can handle, you see.
If I buy branded items and then sell them immediately, it can be converted into money to use for the game. It's not like I'm paying thousands of dollars in liquid cash for these things. Don't you think it's a good way to make money?
That's called resale, Miss Bailey, and I believe that's a crime.
But still, it works. Because of it, I'm now a master at build games. And no, I haven't told Grayson about this, but I'm doing that these days. The credit card's been terminated, and I can't pay money for games anymore. And things have become pretty droll. That's why I'm bored. Bring Victor over, please. His auntie wants to spend some time with him.
What the hell are you talking about?
What?
Don't you realize you're on the brink of being left on the curb? Or are you actually feigning ignorance?
What the hell do you mean?
You go about pointing fingers at Clarice about her situation, but I ask you, who is the real jobless recluse?
Ugh, I'm not caged up at home,
And neither is Clarice. But in any case, it doesn't change the fact that you're at your house, wasting your days away doing nothing. Mrs. Attaway has been so stressed about how expensive the electricity bill's been,
There's no way.
Getting comfortable in front of the heater at full blast, staring at the TV all day every day, watching programs and/or playing video games? Of course the bills are gonna skyrocket.
That'll only be while Grayson's reassigned, and I'm gonna start doing the housework again when he comes back home.
I'm telling you, Bailey, it doesn't seem like a temporary reassignment to me. And I don't think he'll be coming back ever.
What? Did he say something like that?
Yes, he did. Looks like he set himself on a divorce.
Ugh, you can't be serious. You're just mad because I said some funny things about your sister, right? Tell me that's the case.
I'm not mad, Miss Bailey. I do, however, feel like you're a pitiful human being.
How dare you? I'm not pitiful in any way. And I resent you for comparing me to a lowly part-timer approaching 40.
Clarissa's becoming a full-time employee starting next month, and I remind you, she's exactly your age. Here's the punchline. Looks like Destiny's gonna hand you a red card sometime soon.
No, it won't.
And also, you've been cheating on Grayson.
What? What do you mean by that?
No use hiding it since Grayson knows about it already. Seems like he hired a detective agency and everything. My husband's been apologizing to him so very deeply day in and day out. But it should be you who apologizes, right, Miss Bailey?
When did this happen?
The day before yesterday, I believe. Isn't Mrs. Attaway not at home right now?
Huh? Now that you mention it, she isn't. But what's that got to do with anything?
She's got to negotiate with Grayson, apparently.
That can't mean that Mom knows about it too.
I'm afraid she does. At the very least, she'd known about the fact that it was never a temporary reassignment.
But that's impossible.
You even go about lying to your own parents. And then they find out. What a shame, what a shame.
I can't contact Grayson. How can that be?
You've been ignoring him up until now, haven't you? He's told you numerous times he wanted to talk, but because you ghosted him, he gave up on that idea. And reached out to Mrs. Attaway instead.
How did he even find out about my affair? And even went on to blab to you about it? This is unbelievable!
Your partner's someone you met through online gaming, right? I was so surprised that you'd go about meeting this guy in person, you know?
You even know about that?
You're so lucky that all he ever assumed was that you were living separate from her husband. I applaud you. A jobless hunk approaching 40, dumped by her husband, and could be abandoned by her parents, too. Wouldn't you pity a poor woman like that? My husband and I have no intention of helping you, of course. You brought this on yourself, so you go fix it yourself, okay? That day, Bailey's husband told everything to Bailey's mother and informed her that he'd already discussed the issue of compensation with a lawyer. In addition to the compensation, which would already amount to something quite substantial, he would demand a full refund of all the money Bailey had used behind his back to buy branded fashion items. Of course, Miss Bailey doesn't have any savings of her own whatsoever. Furthermore, it was found out that she was lending her online gaming friend money through online transactions. And the money they both spent on the games had amounted to something frankly disgusting. Bailey's mother wanted to help her daughter out, but her father couldn't forgive her for what she'd done, and he was so kind as to carry the burden of paying compensation. Under the condition that Bailey find a good, proper job. Otherwise, she wouldn't be welcome to live at the house at all. Bailey never had much work experience at all, and she started job hunting with a heavy heart. But even her application for a part-time convenience store clerk, exactly like the